What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Awesomeness, and today I got a special figure here of the new NECA Gargoyles Goliath Ultimate Action figure. So we got our first character of the new NECA Gargoyles figures. Of course, it's got to be Goliath, the main guy and leader, so we got to get him first. And I'm super excited about this because I watched Gargoyles growing up as a kid, and I have a lot of connections to it, especially through the Sega game that I had that I played a lot. So I really enjoyed Gargoyles as a kid, so getting action figures of them now is really cool. So we have this awesome looking box with all the artwork. We have a picture there of the figure on the side, and more pictures there on the back. But if we turn it around here, we can then open it up where we have an awesome picture of the figure there, and then of course the actual figure itself. So it looks like he comes with a bunch of accessories and stuff that we can look at, but I just think he looks super cool, and it looks like it's going to be massive. You can just see how tall it is and everything, so that looks like it's going to be awesome. So I'm super excited to check this figure out. So let me get it out of the box and we'll check it out together. So here I got Goliath out of the box, and this thing is super awesome. He's really tall, so it just makes it really cool. But of course I assume he's going to be awesome, and I assume he's also going to be hard to stand up, especially once we get the wings on him and everything, but also with the way his feet are designed, the way he's like standing up on his tiptoes. So I assume it's going to be hard to get him to stand, but thankfully with like the tail, it helps kind of hold him in the back. So hopefully he won't have too many issues, but he looks pretty awesome. So of course he has his all purple skin, which looks awesome, and I really like the color design and everything. He has this little cloth around his waist. So he has this giant belt with the gold buckle and the brown cloth just hanging down there, and it kind of splits around his tail in the back. And then he has his face, which I think looks pretty good. I don't like this face too much. I just think it looks a little bit weird, but it does, you know, match how he did in the show and stuff, so I guess it kind of works, but I just think it looks a little bit funny. But he has nice big protruding jaw there. I like all the little horns and stuff there around his head, the big ears sticking out, and then his hair, which it's like weird how he has like flat top design going into the long hair, so he almost has like a mullet, which it was like the mid-90s, so it kind of fits, but I just think it looks a little bit weird for some reason. I just don't like it too much with the face design, but overall it looks pretty cool. So he's got all sorts of stuff like little spikes there on his elbows, of course his claws that are kind of sharp and everything, and then like I pointed out, his feet already, he's got the additional little claw there in the back, and then the 3 toes in the front with the big claws. So looks pretty awesome overall. I do have to say, it just like I said, just something about that face is a little off to me. But for his movements, his head there can twist a little side to side. It's hard, of course, with his hair there to get too much movement, but he can look down a little bit there and up just pretty much straight on again because of the hair. The shoulders can come up under 90 degrees there and rotate a little bit around within there, of course, with the muscle design stuff. Don't get a whole lot of range, but we have a bit of bicep twist, a double elbow joint that can bend up that far. It's not too bad. The wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He has a bit of an ab crunch in the middle here, so he can crunch back and forth and can twist side to side. The hips can come up 90 degrees and out to the side a little bit there. A bit of a thigh twist in there as well. We got a single knee joint that can bend up that far, so not too bad, and it has a twist in there as well. Then we have the ankle joint where it can rock back and forth and twist a little side to side there. And then we have the additional toe joint on the front, so it can rock back and forth a little bit stiff, but can rock back and forth there and has very little twisting in there also. And then we can go back to the tail, so the tail can move up and down and twist around in there, so you can get it adjusted however you want. And it does have a wire inside of it, so you can get the tail adjusted and bent and everything however you want to do it. So again, trying to get him to stand can be a little bit difficult, but with the use of the tail and everything, kind of helps giving a back support back there. But we also do have the clear NECA stand here that we can pop him on with the peg in his foot. So with that, that'll help him stand a lot better and give him more stability. And he comes with some additional accessories, so we get an additional head here, so where he's all angry and stuff, so he's got the all white eyes, and then his teeth showing. So let's go and switch this head out. So there's the different head. I still don't think it looks too great, but I do like it a little bit better than the normal head. We get some additional hands, so we have 2 fist hands as well, so you can see the claws and everything there. So we have the 2 fists if you want to switch those out from just his open hands. We get an additional grasping hand, so this is a hand that can hold on to stuff. And speaking of, we do get a book as well that we can put into that hand, so just this book. Since Goliath is literate and can read and is very smart, he does read books and stuff, so we have this book that we can use with this hand to give to him if we want. So there we can have Goliath reading, which is pretty fun. And then he also comes with a pepper as well, which I forgot to look up what it was from. I assume from an episode he eats a jalapeno pepper or something, but we have this little pepper, and I don't know what we'd do with it because it wouldn't fit in any of his hands like the grip hand stuff. It'd be too small for that, and it doesn't look like it'd really fit into his mouth, so I don't really know what you're supposed to do with the pepper, but it is included, I guess, if you want to give it to him. But it's such a small little thing, it'll probably get lost. And finally, we have his big wings. So we have these giant wings that we can pop into his back, and so they're really hard plastic, really nice design though, so you can see like the whole arm piece with the little clasp at the front, and then the whole wing designs in there with all the little veins and stuff running through it. Just looks very nice, and the colors and stuff look awesome. You can see with like some additional painting in there to give like that blue color and stuff. Just looks super awesome, but they are really hard, stiff plastic. And then they have these little pegs that go into the back, and unfortunately I feel we may have broken some already, not exactly sure. That still works and everything, it's just trying to get the wings to move. I feel we may have cracked the pieces there, as you can see the line, so not exactly sure, but we got him at least into this position so we can put him on his back. So let's go and pop these on. So there, I got the wings on him, and that looks super cool, but you can see just how taller it makes him look and how wide, of course, with the big wide wingspan. Just is super cool, but it's ginormous, and of course makes him top heavy, so it makes him even harder to stand. So thankfully with the tail and then the use of the NECA base, he does stand up pretty easily, but he is a little bit like tilted to the side, like I said again, because of being top heavy and everything. So I think it looks super cool with the wings, but of course they're just a big hassle and stuff since they're out. And then again with the joints, you should be able to like swing them back and forth, so you could have them, you know, swing to the back, and you can kind of tilt them up and down if you want to as well. But with ours, they're a little bit stiff in the joints, and like I said, I think we already possibly broke something, so not too good there. So just have to be careful with it and just kind of just have them stuck up there just to make it look super cool. But like I said, just with those wings, it just adds incredible like size into everything to this. So this is such an incredible looking figure. Now unfortunately for me, I would love it much better if we had the where he has the wings folded around him and they're kind of clasped around in the front. That would be what I would want, but unfortunately they just made it with the big open wings. So hopefully they make an additional thing for this where we can get one where the wings are wrapped around him and stuff, because that's what I would want the most. So that's really all we have for Goliath here. We don't of course have any other gargoyles to put with it or anything. It's just too big to really do anything else with, so we just have to kind of just let it stand here with the wings on. It doesn't really come with too many additional things for like posing and stuff, but I think he looks really cool. Just like I said, not a whole lot to it, and maybe once we start getting some additional gargoyles, we can then, you know, set up a little thing with them all being together. I think it looks very awesome. Just like I said, I wish there was just something a little bit more to it. Like I feel just something's like missing or something that doesn't feel exactly right, but still very cool looking figure overall in my opinion. But let me know what you thought of this figure down in the comments, and have you picked this Goliath up for yourself? And if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.